Works, but for like my role, I'm like the snare drum in the band. So Paul's like hitting on the one, and I'm always chopping on the two or the four, and the chop's just 1, 2, 3.
So it's kind of like boom, chop, chop, boom, chop, 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 and then the banjo's playing 16th notes. Daka, 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 daka. That's kind of like the hi-hat or the ride cymbal, and Peter's kind of filling it in with that rhythm and giving it the kind of the color of the song depending on his chord choice.
Can even slap a bit and kind of make the mandolin pop a little more.
Yeah.
Try that again.
You can fill it in too. Little licks. I could write a whole new song right here.
Yeah, so there's always a discussion on, what kind of vibe we're going for, because we could start, I could do the lick with Peter, but then who's driving the train? It's just Paul, and he's missing his buddy there.
It is, yeah. Sometimes you just need to have, and you'll notice too, like when Austin, if I'm singing, Austin's chopping most of the time and really pushing and driving, and then it'll be like an instrumental break, and Austin will take a solo, and as soon as Austin is off of that chop and playing lead, Jacob will start chopping on the banjo and just getting and keeping that. So something, at least in a song with that type of feel, like a 2/4 like driving bluegrass tune, is always keeping that chop. Sometimes it's the fiddle. It's really nice when there's a fiddle, because then Jacob can still kind of roll on the banjo and give the song a little more texture and just not lose the chop too.
And then I'm thinking, if there's a fiddle now, usually the fiddle's pretty flowy and it's a good droning instrument, but a great fill instrument. So without the fiddle, now I'm thinking, well, I'm chopping, and maybe I should have some fills here. But with the fiddle, I kind of sit back more in that sense.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, we have to work harder. If there's no fiddle and there's just four of us, we all have to work harder and be more precise with what we do. If there's a fiddle, I never have to chop. I can just roll all day long, which is nice to focus on.
Yeah, and a lot of this, like, for me, as far as that song goes, and coming back to that, is the songwriting process, especially when you're working with a 5-person band, it never really ends. Like, these songs will grow and grow and grow and grow, and then there's some tunes now that we play that have 10-minute instrumental sections in them where we're all just kind of trading licks and jamming at specific parts in songs and connecting them and playing old traditional fiddle tunes to kind of mixed in with some of the stuff that we're doing.
Yeah, we all come from we all like the Grateful Dead or jam music, and have since gotten into traditional bluegrass.
Yeah, 3 of the 4.
Yeah, 3 of the 4. You can guess who the one is.
Paul is a jazz guitar player he can play circles around all of us.
Yeah, he's our music teacher.
I'm not that good. I can't play the mandolin though. That's for sure.
You know strings, you know things though. So yeah, we have a large element of jamming in our music, and bluegrass is great for that because it's a music like we were talking earlier, where you can just meet up with folks from Canada, and we're from Oregon. We can play New Camptown races, or like you said, Foggy Mountain Breakdown.
Yep. Rocky Top.
Yeah, they're very in line with each other in how I see it, as far as getting to kind of like breathe and relax and let the song stretch out.
And so, you guys want to explain how you guys bring songs to the group, as opposed to like writing them all together in one room?
Yeah,
Sure.
I mean, like that last song that we played, I like brought the song to the. I mean, typically one of us, like, we'll all write on our own. We haven't really co-written any tunes together. There's elements of people's tunes that we have influence on each other. When a song comes to the band, we might have an idea to do a chord change or something rhythmically maybe different and add to it. But generally, we all will write on our own and bring a song to the band, and sometimes we'll have specific things we might want the other instruments to be doing on a certain part, but most of the time it's just like, I have this song, like, here's how it goes, and we play it, and we each individually will just kind of come up with our parts for the other person's song, and then kind of give each other feedback and kind of bounce ideas off of each other.
We'll talk about harmonies. Often
Yeah.
somebody will like find the harmony and be like, oh, well, what if you do the third? What if you do the fifth? Or, no, I don't want to do that.
Yeah, we never argue about anything in the songwriting process. That's never happened. But yeah, the structure of the song usually shows up to practice, and then the details get added later, like harmonies, licks. Should we do the lick once? Should we do it twice? And that's where we argue. And then we figure it out. And so yeah, it all comes together in the end. So what about Hardworking Man? Want to try that?
Sure.
I'm tuned up for that now. So this song was, I wrote this when I was jogging, actually, or at least the beginning of it, because I was listening to a Del McCoury song.
You go jogging with your banjo.
Whatever it takes. And so I was just listening to this really old Del McCoury recording from 1969 at a bluegrass festival in Pennsylvania, and they were playing a song with this chord structure, and so I'd never written a song with that structure, and so the lyrics were different. I mean, I don't remember what his song was about, but the first verse or the first line just started to come out when I was jogging, and then I had finished the first verse, and I realized I was going to forget it if I didn't go home, so I turned around and went back, wrote down the first verse, and then I wrote down the rest of them over the rest of the day. Because what will happen is the song will start to percolate and then just kind of cycle in my head, and so while I'm doing daily activities, this one just kind of came together. Sometimes I'll write them down and it will become a jumble of words on a page with arrows and cross things out, and then the other page with more stuff, and then maybe I'll type it up or something. But this one was, I don't even think I wrote it down before it was finished. And so the song's called Hardworking Man, and it's about my dad, because we grew up in Vermont as caretakers on 700 acres. And so he was a house painter by day, and then he'd come home at 3:30 and start dealing with the 700 acres. So there's a lot to do, as you can imagine. And as I mentioned earlier, the banjo is a new instrument for me, and so the songs that I write the chords are very simple. So like most of my songs have either 2 or 3 chords. This one has 3. And they don't change. There's no chorus or bridge section. The chords just stay the same.
What chords are they?
What chords are they? It's B flat to E flat to F. I had to, Austin just told me what they were because I couldn't remember.
You couldn't hear me though, I was whispering.
So the banjo is a frustrating instrument because it doesn't stay in tune well because, as some of you know, this is like a drum here. And so when the temperature changes, this drum, even though it's made out of plastic, which is better than what they used to make them out of, which was cat